weirdos.
Hey, weirdos.
This isn't your average history lesson. We're telling stories that you did not learn in school.
Tales of ghosts, monsters, strange and unique happenings that defy explanation.
So if you're ready to look past the surface and into the shadows, you've come to the right place. Let's get weird in San Jose, California at the Winchester Mystery House.
Absolutely.
And okay, so truth, point of fact, I've always been kind of a weirdo. But when,
Uh-uh.
yep, facts. When Jennifer was in 6th grade, so like 12, I went to the library at my school and I checked out this book about, I don't, and it's so sad because I wish I could pull out my book like one of our guests did the other night, just like, oh, and this book here is the book that did it.
Yeah.
I can't even remember. I just remember it was a collection of weird stories, and I latched on to the Winchester Mystery House and I was like, what the hell is this all about? She's just continuously building this house night and day. There's doors that open into walls. There's stairs that go into the ceiling. It's just like, I'm like, okay, help me here.
Yeah.
And then, and I think we've got some pictures. We can start our pictures. In 2017,
Woohoo!
your girl was in front of the Winchester Mystery House.
So that was one of your bucket lists, right?
That was one of my bucket lists. I was so excited. I went out to visit my aunt Leanne, and in January, because I had some time off, and the plan was I was going to actually come to Missouri to visit another friend, but she had been injured in a Walmart incident. But I think you know what I'm referring to. So I was like, well, shit, I've got time off. What am I going to do? And I was like, hey, Leanne, what are you doing? So I went to San Francisco, and it was like, Leanne, I've always wanted to go to the Winchester Mystery House. How can we make that happen? She's like, oh, that's just down the road. Like, shut the fuck up. What? It's down the road. Okay, let's go. So let's get into it. The Winchester Mystery House is a mansion in San Jose. It was once the personal residence of Sarah Winchester, the widow of Wirt, W-I-R-T, Wirt Winchester, the owner, firearms magnate for the Winchester Repeating Arms Company.
Yep, Winchester rifle.
The Winchester rifle. But fun, they also made roller skates and harmonicas and other things too. But here we are with the rifle. And then we've got some more pics. These first couple pictures are my own pictures. She bought this farmhouse after tragedy befell, because they were originally in Connecticut. They got married in 1862. They had a daughter in 1866, and unfortunately, Annie Pardee Winchester, she died in infancy of something called marasmus. And marasmus is basically a withering.
Wow.
You don't gain nutrition.
You don't flourish.
You don't thrive. Right.
Yeah.
She basically wasted away.
Wow.
So she died. Her husband died of tuberculosis shortly after. And so she was distraught, and then ended up moving to San Jose because she needed a change of scenery, and was like, we had a happy vacation there once. I'm going to go and see what I can find. And so she bought found a 45-acre ranch for sale near San Jose, purchased a 2-story, 8-room farmhouse, and move. And then in the next picture, it was a working farm. It was a they almonds and fruits, lemons, oranges, cherries. It was a very productive farm. It wasn't just this crazy woman just building a house nonstop. Like this door literally just opens out to nothing, right?
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to take pictures inside, so all of my pictures are exterior shots. Um, so I was just like, we hadn't even gotten into the damn place yet, and I'm just shitting myself because I'm uh, and then next picture, oh yeah, so that's the where I was standing. And then the next one. Okay, so this door. See this door? This door was an Italian. Our tour guide told us that some guy in Italy came and installed it, and just this beautiful door. It was only ever used
Twice. Wow. Well,
once. Go ahead.
Well, okay. So explain why she felt she needed to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will do. Okay. So she moved into this farmhouse with her niece Marion, and then who became her personal secretary. But Sarah Winchester was she consulted spiritualists and mediums, and it's rumored that she was advised by a spiritualist to continue to build to house the spirits of the souls that the Winchester rifle took.
So that spiritualist really screwed her over.
Yeah, I mean, and an easy way to say took advantage of a grieving widow, a grieving wealthy fucking widow. I mean, she had the money.
Well, yeah, because those rifles were in every battle, every home, everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's see, where was I lost my place.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Okay, no, you're fine. So she so she was like, okay, I'll another train of thought is that she continued to build to keep people employed.
Okay, I hadn't ever heard that. I just thought, so what I've heard, like from watching shows on this and everything else, was she was told to continually build to appease the spirits,
right.
Essentially, that it was a whole spiritual thing. Didn't realize she was continually building to keep people working too.
Right. I was like, I like that. I mean, the first story is initially what drew me to it, because I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah,
that explains why everything's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read the other thing, and I was like, all right, that's cool. All right. So she spared no expense. There was carved wood in the ballroom walls and the ceilings, teak, maple, mahogany, intricate patterns in the ballroom floor. Large brick fireplace was framed by two quotes from Shakespeare. I forget what my next picture is. What did I load for that next picture? Oh, that was the outside. Isn't it just, it's just, okay. So we weren't supposed to take pictures inside, but your girl's a rebel. And it's rumored that a worker named Carl, now his name's Carl, I don't know, walks through with a wheelbarrow. Just that memory of walking through the wheelbarrow. I'm like, yeah, what the hell? I'll take a picture and see what happens. Nothing.
You'd have shit if Carl had been standing there with his.
I would have shit if Carl would have been standing there going, "Hey, how you doing?"
Carl.
There's Carl. And then what's our next? Okay, so I don't know. Leanne obviously took this picture of me on the left, and then the picture on the right, is it just light? Maybe just the camera. I don't know. I'd like to think that it's, I don't know. right at this point, I was like, oh my gosh, Leanne, I'm here with my Aunt Leanne, and Sarah Winchester lived here with her niece.
Mm-hmm.
So I got all teary-eyed and blubbery like I do, and then I took this second photo. So I don't know, did I manifest, Sarah and her niece? Probably not, but it's a nice story, right?
It's a nice story.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Let's see. And there's Sarah. Isn't she cute?
Oh, bless her heart.
But she was only like all of 4'5". She was
wow.
She was very, very,
very petite.
She was very tiny.
Mm-hmm.
She had arthritis, and she had a stairway the stairway that we went to. I've got a picture of it here later. But it had 44 steps.
Oh, good Lord.
But the rises were only 10 feet. So
just tiny steps.
You'd step up this far, but the rise was 10 inches. And it's wild. Let's see what else we've got here. So it originally had like 7 floors when it was all said and done.
Mm-hmm.
But the 1906 earthquake hit Landavilla and knocked the 7-story tower down.
Oh,
and most of the chimneys collapsed. And Sarah was locked in a room for a week because the door wouldn't open because it was askew. And we actually went in that room. They let us go into that room. And it was like, this is just to be stuck in here for a week. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Let's see. Winchester had the rubble removed, but did little more to the property after the earthquake. There was even no repair to that building or to that room when we went in there. It had just been kind of left there. And in fact, when we started the tour, we started it kind of in the storeroom area, and our tour guide was just like, look around at all of these things that you see. These are supplies that Sarah had purchased that they still use today to repair the home. Just like stacks of ceiling tiles and papers and wood moldings and.
Oh, okay. So they repair it the way it was built. All right. Okay.
All right. So they still, they upkeep it. They still keep it up.
Well, there's the earthquakes and things they would have to repair.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Let's see. Doors left open. Balconies been up. After 1910, due to failing health, Winchester didn't work on the San Jose home except for odd maintenance jobs and adding an elevator in 1916. She dedicated her time to finances and building her investment portfolio. And she ended up dying in 1922. The house had 160 rooms, 2,000 doors, 10,000 windows, 47 stairways, 47 fireplaces, 13 bathrooms, and 6 kitchens. Right.
Yeah. She needs an army to clean it.
Right. And then our next picture, that's one of the stairways that just goes into the ceiling, literally goes to nowhere. Wow. There were no blueprints. There was nothing on nothing. What's our next one? Yeah, this window here, this is an exterior window, opens into another room.
Okay.
You can see the other room in there.
Yeah.
And then up here at the top, there's a window that's from the floor below.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Next picture. This is this beautiful ballroom. It's also rumored that this chandelier likes to sway kind of just by itself. But she built this ballroom, never had any balls.
Wow. I was getting ready to ask you, did she ever
No,
have parties
no,
or did she just build
nope.
it and go on? Okay, wow.
And in fact, that the front door, only two people went through it, the man that installed it and herself. And that was the only time it was ever used. It was rumored
Wow.
that one of our presidents, Teddy Roosevelt, one of the Roosevelts,
Mm-hmm.
um, was in a parade coming by, whatever, and went up to the front door and she didn't answer.
Wow. Okay. That's wild.
Um, and then this is this railing here. This is from the original farmhouse, but it's like this window looks down into the kitchen, and I think the next picture is from looking. Oh no, it's not. It was the previous picture. I'm sorry. Looking back up through that window.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then that one oven, that was Carl's domain. This is kind of,
So that was this to heat the house?
Yeah, this is the furnace and everything down
Okay.
there. And then this was the hallway. We were kind of down at the other end when I took that picture, and yeah, whatever. Carl didn't make his presence known.
Didn't make his debut.
No. So the house became a tourist attraction 9 months after Sarah's death in 1922. The house was in disrepair. Right. Can you imagine that? It was in disrepair and considered to be of no monetary value. A group of investors purchased the property and leased the house to John and Mamie Brown, who turned it into the attraction. The first tour guide of the house was Mamie Brown. Past neighbors, friends, workers were in distress when they read about the superstitious claims being made about the house and were upset the Browns were making money from quote unquote falsehoods.
So it sounds
right?
like these people didn't experience anything when they worked there.
Right. So somewhere in the middle is the truth, right?
Okay. Right.
You got the crazy Winchester mystery house lady, and then you have distraught widow.
Mm-hmm.
Building because she's distraught, building because she's keeping people employed. I don't know.
Right.
Somewhere in the middle is
something in the middle. Exactly. Right. Exactly.
They described the Winchester as clear-headed. They described Sarah Winchester, as clear-headed and savvier with finances and business than most men.
Good for her.
Harry Houdini visited the house in 1924 and was reportedly impressed by its unusual layout and architectural novelties, but could not make a detailed investigation because of more pressing engagements. According to some accounts, Houdini suggested tour operators employ Winchester Mystery House as a promotional name. So they're saying that, that was Houdini's idea.
That was Houdini's idea. Okay.
Okay, whatever. That's fine. So yeah, the legends and the lore. Never-ending construction. So 1895, Winchester started appearing in newspapers and talking about the large ornate home, and just the ongoing building. And newspapers declared that the reason that the construction was ongoing was that Winchester feared she would have bad luck if the construction would stop. This theory eventually grew into the stories that she believed she would die if the construction stopped.
Okay.
So thanks to the newspapers,
yeah,
that helped. There have been some, reports. People do get lost in there because
the
one way you came in is definitely not the way you're going out. As weird as it sounds, you can't just turn around and go back the way you came because you'll end up somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Ghostly music is heard coming from the house, pumped through the organ in the grand ballroom for the ballroom that was never used.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, it's just, I don't know. The number 13 is very prevalent. And just because it was superstitious or whatnot.
Well, like the stuff that I've seen on her was, that era was when spiritualism was very popular too. And I've heard, that she did have the, what did they call them? Seances.
I was just getting ready to read. She had nightly seances.
Yeah. So I imagine there's some stuff in that house. It almost have to be.
And here's the picture before the earthquake.
Wow.
That's what it looked like before the earthquake. This bell tower came down, and the top 2 floors gone.
Wow.
Winchester staff who spent every day with her stated that she had no interest in seances, and there's no record of them being held in the house. Nevertheless, a false urban legend has arisen claiming she held nightly seances in the blue room or in a closet by herself. Now, we did see this blue room.
Yeah.
And there were 13 coat hooks on the wall. And it was just a room. But that's the room in the book that I read that she was supposed to have gone in. And the 13 coat hooks were for the spirits to hang their coats, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nevertheless, the false sermon claims that she held nightly seances from midnight until 2, talking to ghosts about what the construction should be accomplished the following day. In addition, the lack of records found about seances at Londa Villa, which is what the Winchester Mystery House is called.
Okay.
Londa Villa.
Londa Villa.
Or Lanata Villa, excuse me. The closet seances were unlikely given that they were usually social events and not done by individuals, but records show that the blue room was the gardener's bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah. Hauntings, of course, visitors, tour guides claims hearing cold spots, footsteps, cooking smells, odd sounds, whisperings, which I can buy that. I can, the history of a place, it's going to have residual things.
Yes, absolutely.
Because, a house can have a memory. Why can't it, can it do that? I think so. I feel like it can. And then let's see. And then I think the last pick I have is there's the original. That's what it started as. So you're
such a pretty little home.
Isn't it just the cutest thing?
Yeah.
And then I think my last one is that's William Wirt. William Wirt Winchester. Look at that hair on his face.
He's got some pork chops.
Yeah, I don't like it. This was one of the rooms that we got to see. They still use these. These are some of the things that fell off through the earthquake and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But they still have these in reserve if they need to use them.
That's good. That's good.
But yeah, I inhaled this book or this story in this book and was just like, Mom, did you know that? And we sat and we had a little chat about it. I remember we were in the van on one of my dad's, on his days off, Wednesday rides or whatever. And we're just riding around and I'm reading this book and I was
enthralled.
I was enthralled forever. The fact that I got to go to the damn place.
There you go.
And I don't know if anybody's going to get on me for this, but I actually left a little bit of my mother's ashes under that lemon tree that we saw there at the very beginning.
There you go.
I put just a little bit of her ashes there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got to spread that around.
Got to spread it around. And you know what? Hey, there she is. She's there forever. in one of them lemons.
Yep.
Because I'm just that weird. And that's all the weirdness I've got for this week.
It's all the weirdness.
That's all the weirdness I've got. Thanks so much for joining us on this journey into the wild heart of this world.
Tales of Ghosts. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Let's try that again.
If you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, if you were enthralled by this episode, take a moment to like and subscribe. It helps us keep our boots on the ground and the boogers at bay.
And don't forget, if you've got a weird story and you want us to do some research and hear it here, let us know. You can find the link to our email in the show's description. And until next time, stay weird.
Stay weird.